Good evening, gentlemen. Welcome all to another edition of FTB Sports. And it's the Liverpool edition, the best, of course, the only edition. Good evening, Sir Stoney. How you doing, my brother?
Good evening, I'm fine. Thank you very much, sir. I'm good.
Good evening, the cop artist. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing very well, thank you, Arnie.
Good. Were you all feeling good and positive about tomorrow?
Yes, I am.
There was a bit of a pause here.
There was a bit of a pause here, lads. The only pause was because I had to remind myself that I was online. That's what the pause was for. I didn't want to say anything unsavory. That's what the pause was for, right?
We're all big people. Feel free, man. We're all big people. Don't worry. Don't hold him back, man. Let's let it out. Let's let it out. Okay. You're feeling confident, cop artist?
Yeah. I've got a really good feeling about tomorrow. Really good feeling. Down in the pit of my stomach, man. Good.
I've had a few people telling me they got a good feeling about this as well. Like not even Liverpool, just neutral fans.
Okay.
Say they got a good feeling about this one. And I've heard that them boys over on the Man United one have got a lot of bunny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot to say.
They've got a lot. They've got a lot as usual.
They've always got a lot to say when they're winning.
Yeah. Was you with them, Kev? Was you on with them?
No, I wasn't.
Okay. They've had a lot of bunny. Okay, so let's start with you then, Kev. We're going to go with lineups first. What do you reckon of the lineups for tomorrow?
Right, okay. The lineup for United, I can't see changing very much from the Thursday night game. Obviously, I think they're going to play their sort of bog standard 4-2-3-1.
Yeah.
With a pretty much solid back four of Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, and Maguire. The two central midfielders of Fred and McTominay. The three sort of attacking midfielders, if you like, Pogba. Then I think he's going to play Greenwood and Bruno Fernandes. And I'm going to go for they're going to play Rashford up front. I think because Cavani played Thursday night, his age, I don't think he's going to throw him in from the start. So that's my sort of United lineup. If you want my Liverpool lineup as well, I think again it's just going to be a bog standard, normal. We know we haven't got Nat Phillips back, so it's going to be Fabinho at the back with Kabak, typical Trent, Robbo either side. The midfield primarily. It picks itself now with what we've got left, with probably the likes of Milner, Thiago, and Gini. And up front, I think he's going to go with the bog standard front three. I'll leave Jota on the bench again to come on as an impact player. He might throw a spanner in the works and maybe even put on Ox maybe instead of Milner, possibly. Looking at a bit of more of an attacking role. I guess it depends on how he's planning on seeing this game through. Is he going to try and go at him straight off early on, or is he going to try and wait? And we know, and we've seen it, that United seem to be stronger in the second half. But with them playing Thursday, I'm not so sure.
Right. Okay. Stoney.
Yeah, I think it's going to be It's definitely going to be an interesting matchup. I think similar to the cop artists, can't see Manchester United changing much from their normal formation. So same thing, Henderson in goal, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Luke Shaw, with Fred and McTominay holding. I've just got the difference with the three behind the forward. I can see Pogba playing on the left, Bruno in the ambush, Rashford on the right, and I think he's going to start with Cavani, but bring Greenwood on. I don't think Cavani needs to prove he's world-class pedigree to anybody. He's a big game player as well. And I think from a Man United standpoint, he's been bought for games like this. So as much as I don't want him to start or feature, I believe he will. So 4-2-3-1. But yeah, at the top end, I just see it being Cavani supported by Rashford, Pogba, and Bruno.
Okay.
For us, I can't see there being absolutely any changes or any surprises in our team. Same 4-3-3. Alisson in goal, Trent, Robbo, Kabak, Fabinho, Gini, James, Thiago, and just the normal three up front: Sadio, Bobby, and Salah. Can't see any changes at all. As much as I would like there to be this, I just can't see it. And it's a win. It is a guaranteed win for us. There's no option. We can speak about all of the history and stuff after you've had your team as well. I mean, how once you've given your team RT, and hopefully we'll get some Man United people coming in and commenting and talking about the history. I got some spanners to throw in there, which they're probably going to be happy at. But
go
records are need to be broken.
Bring them in.
Love it. Yeah, well, for me as well, definitely Henderson, Shaw, Lindelof. I'm slower than a milk truck, Maguire, Saka. Yeah, Fred. I'm not sure if you're going to play Fred and McTominay, because I'm looking at Fred, Pogba, Rashford, Bruno, and Greenwood, and Cavani up top.
So McTominay doesn't feature there, no?
McTominay doesn't start for me.
Okay.
I see him starting Pogba. And then we'll have Rashford, Bruno, and Greenwood. And the reason why I say, I know about Cavani's age, but he's just in hot form at the moment. And I think, personally, I think you'd be crazy to drop him right now. The form that he's in, you'd be crazy. I think you'd be crazy to drop him. He's banging form at the moment. So yeah, definitely for me. Same with Liverpool team again. I think it's going to be pretty straightforward. I would love to see a little change in there, mix up something. I'm looking at guys like Ox and Shaqiri and thinking to myself, there's two possible reasons why I say things like that I'd like to see them get a start. One is because they could come out there showing, look, I'm fighting for my Liverpool career and perform. And two, if I'm not going to stay, then I'm fighting to show what I can do and put me in the shop window. So I've got something to prove so that someone can come in with some decent offers for me. Rather than these guys who, for me, some of them might just be resting in their roles, just seeing out the end of the season. I think these guys might have something to prove and bring it on. But you know what? If you can't get up for a game against Man United, man, who can you get up for?
True.
You shouldn't be playing football if you can't do that.
Yeah, 100%. You know what? Man United, your biggest rivals as far as I'm concerned. Forget Everton. Man United, it's your biggest rivals. You have to get up for that game, man. Seriously, 100% have to be up for that game.
Yeah.
So before we go any further, I was just going to quickly say, good evening, Mark, Mr. Pickering. He's definitely got something to say. He said, hi, guys. He said, tomorrow is a must-win game. Trying to bring that up. Don't know why it's not coming up. It's a must-win game for Liverpool if we have to have any chance of getting into the top four. Plus, I would start with Jota and not Sadio Mane, but he's going for a 3-2. What do you reckon on that, Stoney?
Can I see a 3-2? Usually I'm an optimistic person. I can't see it being a 3-2. A 2-1, I think it's going to be for Liverpool tomorrow. But yeah, anything's possible. My predicted result is a 2-1 for us, but can't see a 3-2. But look, I'd welcome that. As long as we get the win and a good performance, then I'll actually be happy with that.
Okay. Cop artist?
Well, yeah, like Stoney, I'd take a win, no matter what the score. Whether it be a 1-0 or a 10-9. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'm a little bit more optimistic than Stoney.
Okay.
I think is I think the goals are going to start to come. It's got to start to come at some point in the season, and we haven't got much of the season left. So let's hope the guys have got their shooting boots on. They have been working on confidence this week. We've had a good rest. We've had good training sessions. I watched the Klopp interview the other day. So I'm going personally for a 3-1 win.
Oh, okay. I think for me, it's going to be a tight. I can't see 3-1 because, like I said, I don't know. We've not been scoring the goals like that for me.
Yeah.
And Man United have been pretty frugal. They're not giving away goals, to be honest. They're not the greatest back four, but they're settled back four. That's one thing. They've been playing together for a little spell now. So for me, I'm looking at a 2-1.
Okay.
I reckon, 2-1. I think it'd be a bit tighter than that. Definitely, I think Salah will get one. Definitely. And I think Mane will get one as well, to be fair. My eyes, I can see it. I can definitely see it. Mane getting one. Yeah. So who's your danger man?
Got parties, you can go first if you'd like to.
Thanks. Well, obviously, you can't discount Cavani. You said it yourself. He's in a rich vein of form at the moment. Obviously, he's a worldie without a shadow of a doubt. He's been a worldie all his career, pretty much. The other person I would say, for me, is I know sort of Pogba's had a really good game on Thursday. But for me, I've got to go with Greenwood. He's that guy's all season. You can see the improvement he's made. And he's a very jinky player. He's quick. He certainly knows where the goal is. He doesn't mind having a shot from distance. So for me, it would be Cavani and Greenwood. But if they play both at the same time, that's going to be a bit of a problem for our back four, in my opinion. So let's hope they only play one at a time.
Yeah, I just want to touch on what you said there about Greenwood and his improvements, because he's made a lot of people think, because he's a striker and that he scores goals. For a little spell, he didn't score goals, but the thing was the improvements you could see in his all-round game. That was the thing. In his all-round play, he's definitely 100% for me. Big talent, man. Big talent, and he's definitely one of my danger men. Cavani as well. That's the other for me. I think if we can keep them two quiet, we'll be all right. Stoney?
Probably similar today as well. I was saying definitely Cavani is definitely going to be a danger man, and just to extend on the form that Greenwood's been in this season, and especially probably like the last 10 games, and you're talking not just in the Premier League, you're talking about in Europe as well. He's hit a nice vein of form, and as I said, with him where he's playing, depending on what system Man United are going to play, so we'll make the assumption that they're going to play the 4-2-3-1. Remember, he can play as the out and out striker. He can play over on the left or over on the right. So either position that he's actually featured in for United this season, he's been effective. Credit to him as well. I love Liverpool, but sometimes you just clearly have to give credit where credit's due to other players, and he's had a really good season. So hopefully, we don't want him to be injured for tomorrow, but I don't mind somebody giving him some out-of-date food to give him and Cavani a tummy ache so they don't feature. I'll be happy with that one.
Put a little something with his pre-match meal.
Yeah.
But they're
definitely going to be there. And I think I wouldn't say this person's a danger man, but I think their form's actually been quite solid. I think Henderson's been quite good this season as well for them as well. Considering he's come in now and he's there to try and rival the number one spot in goal. I think he's actually had quite a steady season as well. So but Cavani and Greenwood, set pieces. we know what Bruno's capable of doing. I'm sure he'll be falling over and tripping at any case just to try and get set pieces. I think we just have to be mindful of that. We definitely have to be mindful of that.
And set pieces, watching for Maguire as well in the air.
Yeah. Well, I think you're right. That's probably that part with Maguire being there for that aerial ability. I mean, in terms of their players, I think with myself and a couple artists lineup, I think we both had McTominay in our starting lineups.
Yeah.
He's usually got quite a good aerial presence as well. I mean, he's not a small person. Aerially, he's quite good as well. And if you think we've got, well, Cavani's good in the air as well, actually. So we have to be mindful of that. But in terms of tall players for us, we haven't really got.
We don't have many
tall players, have we?
No,
I think it's probably only Fabinho.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the best. He's the better one in the air for what we've got. We obviously, ideally, we could have done with Phillips back in.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. 100%.
So that's an area that we definitely have to be, kind of tuned onto as well, and probably focus from, especially more so as you said, if it's a set pieces from the corners. You're right. That's got me thinking. Actually, aerially, we're not a really big team. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, just going back to what we were saying about previous matchups. What we played United FA Cup, January beat us 3-2, didn't they? And in fairness, the reason why I think my prediction for the game is going to be 2-1 is, as I said, records are there to be broken. So really, for us, we were kind of want to put that record to bed with our performances at Old Trafford. Because if we want to be sincere, right, we ain't won at Old Trafford since 2014 now. We're like four losses, 4 draws. I'm not here to try and fabricate anything, all right? But we have not won at Old Trafford since 2014. So that's 4 draws and 4 losses in the past 8 games there. And they said, they obviously beat us in the FA Cup there in January as well. So it's not going to be an easy game. I think we've won. I'm probably gonna have to look this up. I'm sure we've won in the last 15 games at Old Trafford. And that's brutal.
Yeah.
So that's brutal. So the reason why I'm saying 2-1 for various reasons. 1, I'm confident that we're going to get a result. 2, we want to try and break that hoodoo. And 3, we really need to try and collect as much points as we can, but also taking into account the reason why I can't see that us scoring any more goals, it being a high scoring game, building up to this game, I don't think our form, for me, has shown that we're going to be scoring lots of goals. We're probably going to be able to be defending as we would like our club to. And that's why I think, I just think it's either going to be, I don't want it to say it's going to be a draw. I have a feeling it's going to be a draw 1-1. But I'm confident that we're going to have the 3-1 victory. But we just have to be mindful. As I said, records are there to be beaten, but for some unknown reason, we just can't get the result that we need when we go to Old Trafford. And he said, if we go back to 2014, those are a lot of players we would have had in various positions. And it just for various reasons, we just haven't got the result. So I'm not going to be disillusioned. I'll still be here in my house screaming like a lunatic. But yeah, so that's me anyway. That's how I think it's going to go into tomorrow's game.
So, gentlemen, are we saying, right, looking at Liverpool's form, looking at Man United's form, are we having our Liverpool rose-tinted glasses on, talking about we're going to win this game because they're definitely better. They're definitely the better form team, or are we looking at it as derby game, form goes out the window?
Do you know? I think it's an interesting one with saying it as well. I would like to think that there'd be a few factors involved in here, right? So if there was a derby game with fans, I think for both teams it would add a different edge for both teams. But I don't think, because we need this result regardless, whether fans are in here or not, I don't think we'll play it as a derby. So I don't think we're going to play any different. I don't think we're going to set up any differently. I don't think the tempo is going to be any differently because it's Manchester United and it being a derby game. I just believe we're going in to get the result. So I don't think the fact of it being a derby is going to make any difference. Hopefully it's going to play on their mind the importance of playing against Man United, the importance of getting the 3 results, and obviously the importance of past results that we haven't got at Old Trafford. But
Okay, cop artist.
Well, I've been looking at sort of the way that United have been playing at home recently, and actually playing overall. And we take away the Roma game on Thursday. I've watched them a few times this season just because I like watching football. So and also like to watch them lose. Hopefully, whether it be against Brighton or whoever. And I've got some friends that I could sort of rib as well. Where they actually are in the league, and there's no disrespect to them or their fans. I don't get how they're second. I really don't get how they're second. Based on the matches I've seen, they have been pretty poor. Now, is that because the teams that they're playing have also been poor, but poorer? I've seen them play a lot better than they have this season, and being lower down the league. So how they're second, and this is not me being a biased Liverpool fan, it's just me looking at it from a football point of view. How they're second, I don't know. How they've got some of the results, I don't know. Obviously, things like VAR comes into it. When they play Brighton and all, the penalties that they've had and all this sort of thing. But they've had a pretty stable team, like you said. My sort of concern is this VAR situation. They've been very lucky with VAR throughout the season, good and bad. And I'm just looking at things like, the game yesterday with who was it?
Oh, I tell you what, Vestergaard getting sent off.
Vestergaard.
That's crazy.
Do you know what I mean? You look at it. First and foremost, the ref never saw it.
Yeah.
Okay. Apparently, ref never saw it or didn't pick it up, and it goes to VAR, and they've got all these, and this just goes back to VAR again as per normal. They have all these angles. They can slow it down, and how they cannot see that Vestergaard got a great big chunk of that ball and kicked it away. And it was just unlucky that Vardy's foot got planted in the exact same position as Vestergaard's foot after he kicked the ball away.
Yeah.
Now, that was a clean tackle.
Yeah.
And VAR are still not picking these things up.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Absolutely. It was an absolute travesty and a ridiculous decision, not only by the ref, but by the VAR. Now, the ref could go and look at this at the side screen, but they choose not to. I don't know why, but the VAR is run by the refs.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What's going on? Yeah. So I'm hoping that there are no VAR situations tomorrow, because we all know what's happening at the moment. United are getting a lot of theirs going for them. We're getting a lot of ours going against us, and again, that's not being biased. That's just fact. So, but I'm still confident. We've had a situation where we've not been scoring.
Yeah.
But we are creating chances.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing. Before we weren't creating chances. Now we're creating quite a lot of chances, but we're just not putting them away.
Right. Yeah.
At some point, it's got to jump over to the fact that we are now going to put them away. It can't carry on like this forever. And we play better away at the moment than we are at home. Yeah. And we're away tomorrow. United are playing not that great at home. So balance all that up. I think that we could get 3.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And you're right. I think even if we look at in the last 5 games, what United have
they've what do you call it?
4 and drawn 1. And we've won 3 and drawn 2.
They've beaten Tottenham, they've beaten Granada, they've beaten Burnley, they've drawn with Leeds, and they beat Roma.
Okay. All right. So form guide the last 5.
I won't class Roma, because I'm sure if I look on Smalling's paycheck, I'm sure he's still getting paid by Man United. I'm sure he's still getting paid by Man United, mate. I'm saying that.
Could well be.
100%. I can't class that game. That was a joke.
Yeah, that's bad.
Absolute joke. Mr. Umar Seze, good evening, sir. And he says, we are going to give Liverpool 3. What, 3 points? That is right. Yeah, yes. He says, if Liverpool can stop Bruno and Paul, then they can beat United. I'm sure that's the same, similar to what we said as well. But I thought we were talking more about Cavani and Greenwood. Mr. Fox, good evening, sir. How you doing? Good evening, fellas. Really hope you smash their Manx. They're getting way overexcited. Yeah, I'll tell you. It's a lot of hot air, man. A lot of gas is going on from them Manx.
But also with Umar, thanks very much, Umar, for making that question. If Liverpool could stop Bruno and Paul, they can beat United. Listen, we've actually got a very good team as well. So if United can actually attempt to stop any of our players, that's also an impact in here as well. So let's not try and remove anything. I mean, we may not be going through the best of form, but we ain't got pub players here.
That's
so
right.
I don't want anybody on here watching this show thinking we're going out there with our hands up and waving the white flag. It's not going to be about that. They've got a squad of players. We've got a squad of players. We're going in feeling extremely confident, and we're going to get a result.
Yeah, I also can I add to that?
Tony, do you really think that we are confident? Do you really think that the team's feeling confident after our results and how we've been playing?
Yeah, I do. I think in my own head, I'll tell you what the way that I look at it, I'm going to flip it. All right. What's not to feel confident about? All right. Check this. All right. At the moment, we're not in Europe. Carabao Cup's gone, not in the FA Cup. All right. So what are we currently playing for? We're not currently playing for any silverware, right? Which is going to be first time in a few years, right? We are currently in 6th place. I think Chelsea have played one game more because they're playing Fulham now, aren't they? Yeah. Right. Okay. So we're currently in 6th place, and we are 1 point behind West Ham.
Yeah.
Tottenham are 1 point behind us, same game in hands. And then Everton have played 32 games and 2 points behind us. That alone should give us something to actually play for those factors. Obviously Chelsea are probably going to end up getting a result that they are against Fulham. But let's not be waving that white flag either. Just going back to what you were saying as well, there may be some of these players that may possibly be moving on over the summer, and privately they'll know that with their agents and probably with Jurgen XYZ, right? So they're probably going to want to, at some stage, be pushing themselves in training to say, look, boss, this is what I'm capable of doing, whether I remain here at Liverpool or whether I move on. There's so much things to prove, so much things still to play for this season. So for that, I still do believe we're going in this game with confidence. There'll be no reason why we shouldn't go into this game with confidence. These are the games, as you said, that we relish, that we're looking forward to. And we've probably seen it collectively over this season, whether you're playing anybody that are at the other end of the table, mid-table or above us in the table, all of these points in these games mean something. So, I do believe we're going in with confidence. And if we're not, then I'd question that. I really, really, really would. And that's something that I don't think I'd ever want to do with any of our players, because I believe in all of them. And I believe that they're all committed to the cause as well.
Right. Okay. So being mindful of time, gents, time is kind of running now. It's catching up on us quickly. What does Liverpool need to do to win this game tomorrow? Quickly. Let's get through this quickly because we've got a couple of questions as well. We'll get through that. A couple of comments.
For me, we need to be taking our chances. That's first and foremost. We need to be, we create a lot of chances. If we can create even half of what we've been creating per match against other teams, and they take half of those, then I'm confident that we can do them. And we just need to be mindful at the back, maybe not leaving too much space, not playing such a high line, and even those gaps either side. When Trent goes forward or Robert goes forward, need to have a good understanding at the back four, and try and control that midfield. I think the midfield is key. Mm-hmm. And if we're playing three in midfield, the likes of maybe Milner, Thiago, Gini, we can control that if we play it right. But we need to be playing quicker. We need to be passing that ball quicker.
Yeah.
Tony.
For me, really quickly, just to extend on what the Copart is basically said as well, right? So if we go back to look at that game against Newcastle, 22 shots, 17 created. Yeah. We just need to eat our dinner. That's what our forwards need to do. Just get the ball in the back of the net. As I said before, it could be hitting pigeons, it could be hitting bees, birds. It just needs to get in the back of the net. So yeah, we just need to finish those chances. That's what we need to do.
Take our chances. Yep, I definitely agree with that. Take our chances and definitely be very mindful at the back, not the high line when you've got the likes of Rashford and Greenwood on the part. That would be a very dangerous game for me. So definitely, yep, take our chances and be very mindful. All right, gents. So Stoney says 2-1. I say 2-1. Cop Artist says 3-1.
Yeah.
Mr. B says a good early evening. Good early evening to you. And he says he's seeing a 3-1 coming our way. Thank you very much, Mr. B. Lovely.
He's a Man United supporter, you know. He's a Man United supporter.
3-1 to us, not 3-1 to him.
Yeah, I like that.
He's being sarcastic, I can tell you.
That's all right.
That's all right.
I'll take our 3-1.
Might come back and bite him in the ass.
Yeah.
All right. And Umar says again, he says, are you sure that Liverpool can make it to the top 4? Mr. Umar from Sierra, all the way from Sierra Leone. Nice one.
The answer is yes. And the reason why I say that, if Chelsea win today, they're on 61 points. When we beat Man United, we'll be 57 points, same game in hand, and just 4 points behind Chelsea after that. And then we got Southampton next. So the answer is yes.
Yeah, okay. Chelsea's got a tough run in, and they've got the cup games as well. You know, they've got Champions League and they've got the FA Cup as well. So you know, they've got to think about all this. They're playing top teams as well. I think they've got Leicester soon.
Yeah, that's gonna be a hard game.
So that'll be a hard game. And you know, Leicester are they're on 63 points. So so one of them, we may be 9 points behind them. But at the end of the day, you know, we know that Leicester can drop points. Chelsea can drop points. You know, they're only 1-0 up against Fulham at the moment, half time. So you know, anything can happen in this game. It's a funny old game.
Yeah.
Silver Fox says 3-2 to Liverpool. And finally, before we go, Mr. B, he says we will be ending your Champions League hopes tomorrow.
Can I come back on that? Can I come back on that one?
Go on,
B, tomorrow we'll be ending your Premier League hopes.
Thank you.
Because City won today, and if we beat your ass tomorrow, you're out of the championship. We're out of the title.
Exactly.
Well done. Well said. Gentlemen, as usual, it's always been a blast.
Brilliant.
Please, everybody, like, share, and subscribe. We will be back tomorrow, giving them the reaction to our 3 points. We'll be back tomorrow. You heard it here. Remember that. So, Cop Artist, thanks for being on.
Thank you.
Stoney,
cheers.
See you tomorrow, man. Take care, gents, and see you tomorrow. Cheers.
All right, bye. Bye.